Good day to everyone. Today we are going to discuss the liabilities of a lawyer who is commissioned as a notary public who notarizes a document without requiring the personal appearance or physical presence of the signatory or affiant. Now, this is especially true in the light of the news that the embattled former Mayor Alice Go has apparently left the country on July 18. Yet, there is a document, a counter affidavit, that shows that she personally appeared before a notary public in Bulacan last August 14.
Humarap sa DOJ ang abogadong nagnotaryo sa Bulacan na pinuntahan di umano ni dating Mayor Alice Guo para sumpaan na ang kanyang counter affidavit. Taliwas yan sa mga lumutang na aligasyong noong Hulyo pa nakalabas ng bansa si Guo. Nasa frontline ng balitang yan, si Elaine Fulgencio.
Kung ang mga naging source ng Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission ng Bureau of Immigration at ni Senator Riza Hontiveros ang tatanungin, kumpirmadong July 18 pa raw umalis ng bansa si dating Bamban-Tarlac Mayor Alice Go papuntang Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Pero sabi naman ng abogado ni Go, hindi pa umaalis sa Pilipinas ang kanyang kliyente. Para magkaalaman na, personal na humarap sa Department of Justice kaninang abogadong si Attorney Elmer Galicia na nakakita raw kay Go nito lang nakaraang linggo. Ayon kay Attorney Galicia, sa law firm niya sa San Jose del Monte, Bulacan pumunta ang dating alkalde noong Miyerkules, August 14 para manumpa at magpanotaryo ng kanyang counter affidavit. Hindi na nagpaunlak ng panayam ang abogado sa DOJ kanina, pero kinumpirma rin ng dalawang piskal ang naging pag-uusap ni na Attorney Galicia at Go.
May nag-arrange sa kanya na may pupunta daw noon para magpanotaryo. And nakausap sila ni Alice Guo doon sa baba ng kanyang opisina, nakita niya. At nagpresenta ng driver's license supposedly Alice Guo sa kanya. And then he notarized the counter affidavit which was due to be submitted to the DOJ for preliminary investigation.
Now, if it is true that indeed Alice Go had left the country on July 18, then it would be virtually impossible for her to personally appear before a notary public, sign the document in the notary public's presence, and swear before such notary public as to the truthfulness of the contents of her counter affidavit. Is it required that the affiant or signatory should personally appear before the notary public? The answer is yes. No less than the Supreme Court en banc in the case of Attorney Velarde versus Attorney Ilagan emphasized the importance of Section 2B, Rule 4 of the 2004 Rules on Notarial Practice, which states, "A person shall not perform a notarial act if the person involved as signatory to the instrument or document, number 1, is not in the notary's presence personally at the time of the notarization, and number 2, is not personally known to the notary public or otherwise identified by the notary public through competent evidence of identity as defined by these rules." The above provision simply means that the notary public cannot notarize a document if the signatory or affiant does not personally appear before him. And in addition to the requirement of personal appearance, it is also required that the signatory or affiant must be personally known to the notary public, or if not personally known to the notary public, the latter must be able to identify the signatory or affiant through competent evidence of identity. Now, as further ruled by the Supreme Court en banc in the case of Sanchez versus Attorney Inton, personal appearance means physical presence of the signatory or affiant so that the notary public will be able to see and observe whether the signatory or affiant's signature was voluntarily affixed. Also, in the case of De La Cruz Silano versus Pangan, the Supreme Court underscored the importance of personal appearance of the signatory or affiant before the notary public. The court is aware of the practice of not a few lawyers commissioned as notary public to authenticate documents without requiring the physical appearance of affiants. Doing away with the essential requirement of physical presence of the affiant does not take into account the likelihood that the documents may be spurious or that the affiants may not be who they purport to be. A notary public should not notarize a document unless the persons who signed the same are the very same persons who executed and personally appeared before him to attest to the contents and truth of what are stated therein. It is not enough that the notary public should see to it that the signatory or affiant should personally appear before him. He must also make sure that the person who personally appears before him is the same person who he or she claims to be. And the notary public can only do that if he personally knows the signatory or affiant, like for example, the signatory or affiant was his classmate before, his workmate, or his personal friend, not just a mere acquaintance, or if he does not personally know the signatory or affiant, he must require him to present a competent evidence of identity as required by the rules, like at least one current identification document issued by an official agency bearing the photograph and signature of the individual, such as but not limited to a passport, driver's license, PRC ID, NBI clearance, police clearance, postal ID, voter's ID, barangay certification, GSIS e-card, SSS card, PhilHealth card, senior citizen card, government office ID, and the like. Then are the liabilities if it is proven that a notary public has notarized a document without the personal appearance or physical presence of the signatory or affiant. Prevailing jurisprudence states that an erring lawyer who violates the notarial rules must be meted with the following penalties: suspension from the practice of law for 1 year, immediate revocation of his notarial commission, and disqualification from being commissioned as notary public for a period of 2 years. The erring notary public can also be charged and be held liable for the crime of falsification under Article 171, Paragraph 2 of the Revised Penal Code, for causing it to appear that the signatory or affiant had personally appeared before him and signed the document when in fact he or she did not so appear and sign the said document. And if convicted, the notary public can be imprisoned or could face a prison term of up to 12 years of prison mayor and fined for up to 1 million pesos. So there you go. And as a parting shot, this is what the Supreme Court declared about protecting the integrity of notarization. Notarization is not an empty, meaningless, or routinary act, but one invested with substantive public interest. Notarization converts a private document into a public document, making it admissible in evidence without further proof of its authenticity. Thus, a notarized document is by law entitled to full faith and credit upon its face. It is for this reason that a notary public must observe with utmost care the basic requirements in the performance of his notarial duties. Otherwise, the public's confidence in the integrity of a notarized document would be undermined. In this light, the court has ruled that notaries must inform themselves of the facts they certify to. Most importantly, they should not take part or allow themselves to be part of illegal transactions. So hanggang dito na lang po and see you in my next video. Maraming salamat po.